starts now.
You bet it does. Welcome into Thursday's edition of The Big Show on your Total Sports Station, KTGR. It's Andy Humphrey and Brendan Schaefer here. Anybody hear any news today at all? Been kind of a quiet day in the office.
We got some news. We do have some news to talk about.
We kind of talked a little bit about it yesterday, the possibility of how hard should Mizzou go in the transfer portal quarterback market. Well, it turns out that becomes pretty relevant today, as we now know the future of one Beau, and that it probably is not going to involve him being at Mizzou next season. So we will talk about that as he goes to the transfer portal. We want your thoughts on it, obviously. 573-875-KTGR to call or text us. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. See our channels there. We will get to other stuff, though. We will have Play, Fade, Eliminate, because usually on Thursday. Got to help you out with fantasy. We're not going to short you on that obligation that we have to you on that. So we will still do that. We will still have our Picks of the Week today. This is our last show of the week. We will not be on tomorrow. So Picks of the Week today. And John Price of Sports Information Traders joins us at 5:45. You'll want to hear his college football offer that he has for you. So again, big things to discuss when it comes to Mizzou's quarterback room. 875-KTGR is how you text us or call us. Also, Twitter at KTGR Big Show, Facebook.com/KTGR Big Show.
Now, the Big Show's Big Deal.
It was Gabe Yarmouth of PowerMizzou.com who had it first. Beau entering the transfer portal when it officially opens on Friday, January 2nd. Just one season for Pribula at Mizzou. He transferred in from Penn State last offseason. And this year, played 10 games, had to miss a couple of them because of an ankle injury, but threw for 1,900 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. But he will exit, it would seem, as he plans to find a new place to go and play college football. And that leaves, as of now, 2 scholarship quarterbacks for 2026 for Mizzou. Matt Zowers and their recent signee out of high school, Gavin Sidwar. Will they enter into the transfer portal to find someone else to add to the room? And will that person be the starter? That is the question, and that is the Big Show's big deal on this 18th day of December 2025. You can call or text us here at 573-875-KTGR. I want to, we'll get deep into Beau stuff here really quick, but I want to make sure everyone has as many touch points as possible to get their thoughts in today. So again, we reiterate every single show, the number. It's, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it right there. It's 573-875-5847. You can text or call that number. You can obviously leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. You can leave a comment there. We'll see it and we'll flash it up on the screen if we want to show it. We also have a new way, Brendan, that you can reach us. And it's with the KTGR app. It's free. If you don't have it yet, download it. It's free.
Didn't know we had an app. That's pretty cool.
Okay. He needed to pull out that bit because he hadn't in a while.
It's an old bit.
It is an old bit. KTGR app. It's free to download. On the KTGR app, you can record your voice in a message and send it to us. And we'll see it. And we'll potentially play it on air if, we want to. So you can record a message.
Andy might slap it down like Matumbo, but
the only reason why I would is if you're swearing on that thing. Like FCC. We don't want to, we want producer Natalie's job to be as easy as possible. We want everyone to be, FCC compliant. So you can record a message to us.
I usually am too. On that front.
Are you really? Yeah.
Compliant most of the time, most days.
Yeah, there are the other days, there are the issues. So yeah, look, I'm even pulling it up now. I'm showing it to the YouTube audience. Look at that. So there it is, right there.
Oh, you got a lot of unread emails. Wow.
No, okay. It's great. Record audio is what it says. You can send a voice message to the Big Show. It's right underneath that Holiday Food Drive graphic, by the way. We're up to 137,000 on that last update. Late this morning. Keep it coming, folks. Thank you so much for your generosity helping out the food bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. But again, it's on the screen homepage. Record audio. You can record a voice message to us. Now, on that, and then we'll get to Beau, I promise. We we want to call it something different because record audio, honestly, it's kind of boring. Like,
not very flashy.
Yeah. Like, what does that mean? Record audio. So we want you to tell us what we should name this feature. Like the feature that we are giving to you to record your voice and send it to us if you don't want to call us and be on hold for however many minutes. Tell us what you want us to name our voice message feature.
Okay.
Yeah. So 875-KTGR, you can text us with what you think the name should be for that. So again, go on the KTGR app. You will have to create an account, but it only takes a few minutes and it's free. You can record a voice message to us and we'll see it and we might play it. Who knows? So there you go. Lots of ways to reach us here on The Big Show. And it's totally free too. Like it costs you nothing to get your thoughts in on Beau and why
Beau
you're either happy or sad that he's gone.
Can it be both? Can I have mixed emotions?
Yeah.
Can I be ready for the opportunity that Eli Drinkwitz has potentially to dip back into the portal? But I just feel like there's like a piece of me missing now, you know? I had high hopes.
Yeah.
For what the Beau era could be. And we didn't quite get there.
No.
Didn't quite get there with Beau.
No, we didn't. I forgot to cue this up, but I'll cue it up for the next segment. Like the
little surprise for me.
The somber music, right? Yeah. Because you were on the Beau train.
I was.
From day one, before he was even officially announced as a Tiger. Like first he's reportedly signed with Mizzou, and then you're like, yes, let's go. Yep. Heisman campaign is beginning now.
I traveled, found a river at the time.
You did.
Jurisdiction of legality.
Yeah.
That was a wasted $5. Nope, no Heisman for
Beau
this year.
No, not at all.
I was wrong. Like I would actually love to see him go to like Virginia Tech, reunite with James Franklin. I still think that Beau can be good somewhere, but I'm also okay with that not being here. Like I think it's too important for Drink to have gone into another year going, maybe Beau improves, you know, because I think he regressed during the year. And we've talked about, we don't really know, is there an injury that, you know, was part of the reason for that with the hand that was speculated about? You really don't see the same version that we saw against Kansas and South Carolina. Now, maybe that's obvious. You say, well, yeah, the defenses that they faced later in the year were better. Oklahoma, certainly. Arkansas, not really, though. And, like, that's a game where he threw for 25 passing yards and, you know, ran great. Don't get me wrong, but the one-dimensional nature of the offense, you could not go into next year saying, hey, let's run that back. Even with a changed offensive coordinator, I don't think that would have been, like we talk so often about how quarterback and getting it right is the skeleton key that unlocks everything else about a potential CFP run. And we've had a couple cracks at it at Missouri, and we haven't been able to get there. That's what we've seen happen. I think Eli Drinkwitz knows just as well as anybody how important the quarterback position is. And so I'm not saying that he forced Beau out. I don't know. I'm not saying he nudged him.
Yeah.
But I am going to say that I don't think Eli Drinkwitz was like shocked at the way that this played out from behind the scenes. I think he was very comfortable with it. And now there's an opportunity for him to say, are we going to put all of our weight behind Matt Zollers, which obviously will be the case for the Gator Bowl on December 27th. Are we going to put our weight behind him and use the NIL funding on other positions this offseason? Or are we going to say it's time? We're going to land the white whale. We're going to get a big fish at the quarterback position in the portal. We're going to offer so much NIL to that one position that they won't be able to take no for an answer. Like, this is going to be the time that we get over the hump. I don't know what the approach is going to be. I don't even know if there's a quarterback in this portal cycle that's worth that to say, like, you just, slap it on the table and say, here's what we got for you.
Yeah.
Make them say no. Godfather offer, I mean. I don't know if that's in the future here for Missouri. I think you do have to figure out the coordinator first, because that's going to be a selling point to any quarterback that you're going out there trying to get. But I think he's going to be portal shopping for a quarterback to at least compete with Matt Zollers, because as much as I like the upside for Zollers, he is very raw. Maybe he looks great in the bowl game, and that would give us some extra comfort in what it would look like to just hand him the reins. But I think it's too important of a position in too important of a league in the SEC to just say, we think Zollers can do it. Based on what I've seen so far, I hope that there's a plan to at least provide some healthy competition at the very minimum. But that's going to be the question, Andy, is like, do you go after a portal quarterback? Seems like you may have to, but if you do, what caliber? How much you spending, and what are you telling that guy coming in?
From what I can see, there is no perfect situation. Because, sure, you can splurge. You can get a quarterback that is top end, like Raiola or Sam Levitt or Sorsby. If you can get that guy, like you're still going to be in a bidding war, and it might depend on how long you want to stay in that war that you'd keep this strategy up. But I'm pretty sure all those guys are not one and dones. Like maybe Sorsby is. Like I don't know how that looks in particular for everybody, but most of these guys that are in the portal that I think are worth getting are not going to be one and dones. So that would mean if you're bringing him in and you would most likely make them the starter, you're telling Matt Zollers, hey, we know we played you this past year. We weren't really wanting to do that. The injuries kind of necessitated it. Are you good with sitting behind another transfer and learning
just
again?
Give me one more minute.
And maybe like, just
give me a minute.
Be patient. Be patient.
It's a hard thing to ask collegiate athletes to do in this era, is to be patient.
Yeah. So like that would be what you're thinking about, in addition to devoting all of that extra money, probably more money than you have for a quarterback before, if you are getting one of those top tier guys in order to bring him in. So
because what did $1.5 million get you? It got you,
got you Beau Pribula's year this year.
Whatever you make of it.
And
which I don't know, was that over 2 years when people said $1.5 million?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe it was more like $750K because it was 2 year. But either way, this is kind of like the Kirby Moore thing where, again, I don't think they would have forced him out. I don't think they would have bought him out. But now you don't have to with Beau Pribula either, because he's making the decision to enter into the portal. So I would assume that is, a decision that he's making, and you're off the hook. But you're right. Like they didn't pay nothing to get him here. We talked a lot about how much he was being paid, even if we didn't know exact figures. And that's what, you get what you pay for, I guess. And so it's like, even as much as that was, maybe it wasn't enough to really tap into the upper echelon of what the portal cycle is going to demand if you're trying to get a locked in starter at the position of quarterback.
I think it is hard to avoid skepticism no matter what you do now, because you're either going to go out and get one of those top names and you're going to wonder about the future of Matt Zollers. And if you get one of those top names, it probably means that you depleted some of your resources to rebuild the rest of your roster. You need more wide receivers now.
You need a bunch of them.
Very clearly need some more wide receivers. Yeah. At least I would think 1 or 2 out of the portal.
Probably 2.
Right? Yeah. So like that's,
unless a freshman plays the bowl game and blows you away and you go, okay, put him in the lineup next year.
It could be Demarion Folks or Sean Terry. You've got some options there. There's some freshmen coming in. Maybe they get a shot. So like there's still options, but you don't have that production other than Donovan Olubade right now. So that's what you got to worry about. You got to worry about paying at least one transfer offensive lineman that I think you're going to need this year. Obviously, Jamal Roberts. There was a public plea basically from Drinkwitz to try and keep him, and then we haven't even gotten to the defense yet. Who knows who you're going to be losing to the NFL draft? Which, by the way, Drinkwitz kind of spouted off on that. I think rightfully so on Tuesday, saying that whichever service is grading the folks that could jump to the draft from Mizzou, they haven't gotten their grades back yet. And so they can't necessarily make that decision based on where they're potentially going to fall. And the bowl game's coming up and the portal's coming up and everything else. So like, that's stuff that they got to know. And I don't know if they know it yet. So we'll see. But again, if you devote more resources to quarterback than you ever have before by going out and getting one of those big names, what does it do? Like, do you get the Damon Wilson type from this year's portal class? I don't think you do. So that's what you also have to consider. And it's going to be, whatever you do, it's a tough spot to be in. It's going to be met with some sort of skepticism about either next year or beyond.
Yeah, I've maintained like a position of being pretty confident that Drink is going to figure it out because he's been so effective in the portal in the past. But, and I still feel that way, but it is like daunting how many different positions of need are cropping up kind of all at the same time. But I don't think this quarterback one was one that like they have a problem with internally. I think it's mutually, everybody's good with it, that that it's the greener pastures for Beau Pribula. I don't think they're panicking about this news. But like the finality of it is like, this is what it is now. We sat here and said, here are your variables: Kirby Moore, OC, Beau Pribula, QB1, Matt Zollers, QB2, and competing for the job. How many of those variables should change? I wanted at least one of them to change, just because I felt like you go back in with the exact same thing. Can we just expect everybody to get a little bit better? I didn't think so reasonably. And so I was okay with a variable or two changing. But now we know two of them have changed. We are counting for granted that the third one will not change, which does not seem automatic. Nothing is automatic in this era. I would be very surprised if Matt Zollers transferred, because I think right now he's sitting in a really good spot. He's going to get to, as a true freshman, start the bowl game against a ranked opponent and get that experience. And look, man, if he looks good, I think that's going to go a long way toward kind of how this portal is going to be handled, because it doesn't open until January 2nd. If he looks like, you'd hate to put that much and hinge that much importance on one exhibition game, but I think you kind of do have to look at this as a real audition, as a real opportunity to see what Matt Zollers can do. I think you have to open up the offense. I think you have to bake in, like, yeah, we're going to throw it. We're going to throw it intermediate. We're going to throw it down the field, and we're going to see what he's made of. We're going to see what some of these receivers are made of that we kind of haven't seen on the field that often outside of Donovan Olubade. Like, we want to get a look at these guys, because we got to try to figure out on the fly how many real starters on offense are we going to need to go out and acquire over the 10-day period where the portal is open. And right now, I think you need a couple of wide receivers. Like, you're losing Kevin Coleman too, so like you got three contributors at wide receiver: Marquise Johnson into the portal, Josh Manning into the portal, Kevin Coleman out of eligibility, right? So you gotta have at least two like locked in starters, and I think Olubade is the other one that you're feeling very, very good about. He has to stay. Like, I hope that's all accounted for. The only one I really feel great about is Hardy, just because he came out and said in the press conference Tuesday that they ain't hit me up because I think they know I'm a Tiger. So
great, yeah.
The vibe was don't really bother, which is awesome to hear. But yeah, man, it always feels worse this time of the month, especially when you've got the portal pushed back to January 2nd. It always feels worse when you're finding out who's leaving. It feels, you kind of get over it a little bit when you find out who's coming in, when you have success in the portal. But there's a lot. I mean, the sheer volume of positions and names that they're going to have to bring in to replace production is substantial. But I also think that was a big reason for the hemming and hawing over the contract extension and how much NIL and how much. Right. This is the time of year where Eli Drinkwitz has a chance to shine, and I still believe in him to do it. It's just like, damn, you got a lot of work ahead of you with just the sheer number of options and positions and position groups that are going to have to be replaced.
875-KTGR to call or text us. You can also comment on our YouTube or Facebook accounts, and you can leave us a voice message with the free KTGR app. George saying, as soon as you get a quarterback in the portal, Zollers is gone. I'm not sure. I don't think that not either, right away, at least. Now, it does depend on what quarterback it is. If they have multiple years left and they're expected to put in multiple years because of that, and if they do really well, like say they do really well in that first year, and then Zollers does think about it, like that would be the situation. But
that would be fine because you have a quarterback.
Right.
I'm not married to Matt Zollers needing to be Missouri's quarterback if you went out and got somebody who's one of the best in the country. But like, you don't know what you're going to get out of somebody, even if you're paying them a bunch of money to come in.
And that money's gone no matter what. And then
right.
Got to worry about the rest of the roster at that point. So look, I think there is a way to keep Zollers around, even if you get a transfer. Like, it can be the right type of transfer that you maybe go with.
There's got to be a lot of communication, I would assume, with the coaching staff and Matt Zollers about what the plan is, because I mean he's now going to be playing under a different offensive coordinator as well than what he committed to. You commit to the head coach, you commit to the program, but like that's a factor as well here, that there's just got to be a lot of communication. And it was always curious to me the way that Eli Drinkwitz would, and like, cool, he clearly thinks very highly of Matt Zollers as a player, but he was never shy about saying he's the future of the quarterback position at Missouri. And it's like, well, Beau Pribula technically has more eligibility. Like, what do we get? Sam Horn, if he hadn't gotten injured, gone to the Dodgers, like that whole thing. He always was steadfast in saying, yeah, Matt Zollers is the future. But when does that future begin, and how is that being communicated to the player? And then, like, what do you see from the player to really feel like that you can trust it? It's a lot. Like, look, they may just say, hey, there's a lot of money now freed up from Pribula that is open to us to be able to fill all of our needs on our team. And we've got a quarterback that we really like. But that's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of risk in that.
There is.
We saw glimpses from Zollers, but we also saw the offense not be especially productive either. So, like, what is he going to be in 2026?
Now, here's the thing. You can say that and still take a transfer. It would be threading a needle with whatever transfer that is, saying that, look, we've got a guy that we really like, and we probably want to make him the guy going forward, but we want you in our program as well, and we want you to be ready for if we've had multiple quarterback injuries over the last couple of years. And so we're going to have most likely a chance for you if, in fact, things stay that way. I kind of think of it, and I don't know how the situation played out entirely, but I kind of think about how the way Ole Miss operated with it this past year. Like, lose Jackson Dart, and they bring up Austin Simmons, who was already there and developed, and like, okay, he's our guy, but we're also going to take this D2 transfer, Trinidad Chambliss, because we really like him, bring him into the program. Now, obviously, Simmons gets hurt, but they end up being just fine because Chambliss was there. Like,
they had two good quarterbacks, right? I think.
So, like, maybe you find someone from the lower ranks that is maybe a diamond in the rough that everyone's overlooking, and you find that. Now, that's even harder to do.
Hard to identify and do, yeah.
But it is a path. Like, there are multiple pathways where you can take a transfer and still have Matt Zollers be the guy going forward.
Yeah, and you can bring in a G5 starter that comes in and like, I'm not saying, I don't think you tell that player you're going to be behind Matt Zollers. I think it's a competition. I really do, because Matt Zollers hasn't proven anything to where you bestow him the job. You have high hopes and expectations for him, but if you go out and it's a group of 5 starter that looked really good, but is kind of in that the recruiting services will say there's 4-star transfers, 3-star transfers. You get a 3-star transfer at quarterback that you probably don't have to pay quite as much of a sticker shock on, and that individual comes into camp, and if they outplay Matt Zollers, guess who's the starter? That guy, not Matt Zollers. If Matt Zollers outplays that player, great, but at least that guy got some money to show up, and so he's, hopefully understanding of the situation and can transfer out after the next year if Zollers stays healthy and plays well. That's just the nature of the beast, and I think anybody playing the quarterback position in college these days has to understand that of like, yeah, I might not be the starter. I got to go earn it. I'm not just going to be handed it, but at least I'm going to make some money while I'm doing it. Like, it could be worse. You know what I mean? So, yeah, getting a transfer quarterback is a necessity. The caliber and the spend is going to be the question. And that will be what reveals just how much you think Zollers is going to end up being the incumbent and the guy that you expect to start versus, it's the other guy coming in with an expectation where he has to fend off Zollers. Like, how much you spend in this day and age, I think, does point to the answer to that question.
One thing we know for sure, it will be Matt Zollers in the Gator Bowl. So we'll see how he does there. 573-875-KTGR. To call or text us, leave a comment on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Also, with the KTGR app, you can record a voice message to us. We might get to some of those. I'll just check and make sure that nobody sweared, and we'll see if we can play them back. Coming up next. We want more of your Beau thoughts. We will have Play Fade Eliminate coming up next. So text in your fantasy football questions as well as we roll along here on The Big Show, KTGR.
The Big Show with Andy and Brendan continues next on your total sports station, KTGR.
Hi, everyone. Andy Humphrey here for Lee's Tire Company. It is getting to be holiday time, and that means slick roads a lot of the time. So make sure that your tires are in tip-top shape. If you need new ones, now's a great time to get some at Lee's Tire Company, because right now they're running a special where you can buy 2 tires and get 2 free on Mastercraft and other select brands. That's right. Buy 2 tires and get 2 free. That'll save you a ton of money if you need new tires or you just want to switch them out for the winter time. You can do that too with Lee's Tire Company. They have an excellent service team at all 3 of their locations that can get your car serviced for these winter months. And of course, course, they are the tire pros in mid-Missouri. I've gotten my new tires from Lee's Tire Company. You should do so too, especially now. Buy 2 tires, get 2 free on Mastercraft and other select brands at Lee's Tire Company on the Business Loop in Columbia or University Garage by the MU campus or their location in Centralia. If it's round and rubber, Lee's sells it. Lee'sTireCompany.com.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code radio250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250, whether you win or lose. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Missouri. Open to new users only. Minimum odds minus 500. Awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
When you become the best, sometimes it's hard to stay there, unless you're Caldi's Coffee. Caldi's Coffee is proud to take the top spot in the USA Today Reader's Choice for Best Coffee Chain for the second year in a row. From their warm customer service, quality coffee, and enticing blends, it's easy to see why Caldi's Coffee received this honor. Find your perfect blend, shop their merchandise, and see what the buzz is about at Caldi'sCoffee.com. Caldi's Coffee, follow the GOAT.
You don't just sell, you connect. You listen, learn, and deliver. You build relationships that turn clients into partners. At Fuse 32, our people don't push products. They craft solutions. They anticipate problems before they even happen, and they fix them before anyone notices. If results and relationships, not excuses, drive you, then it's about time to join the team that never settles. Fuse 32. There's nothing we can't do. Apply now at Fuse32.com.
Your daily fix of local sports lives here. This is The Big Show on KTGR.
Let's get to Eric's text here. Eric says, Drinkwitz has shown me anyway that he can get good recruits in to fill holes. He's also shown me that when we feel that we're going to be depleted in some areas, someone always seems to step up. So not ideal situation to be in by any means, but I trust Drink to make this happen. He has gotten pretty much every position right in the transfer portal, except quarterback.
Right? Yeah, it's the only one.
Right?
It's the only outlier that really feels.
He's gotten good wideouts in the portal. He's gotten a great running back in the portal this year. We obviously saw that. Great offensive linemen, great defensive linemen, linebackers, corners, safeties, everywhere else. Maybe not punter. Maybe they need a better.
Didn't get punter right this year.
But quarterback has been the blind spot. So, gotta get that right, man.
And I don't even think he's been blind to it. I think they just came up short a couple times. You know, they identified that Fernando Mendoza was somebody they wanted to talk to. Jaden Daniels was somebody they wanted to talk to. They just couldn't get the deal closed in either instance for whatever the reasons were. Like, I don't claim to know. I recall it kind of being put out there that, they were open to Mendoza, were open to Pribula. Pribula signed first. Like, I don't know if that's what happened, but I'm just throwing out scenarios. Like, if that happened, then it's like, well, that stinks because Mendoza was better. But you know what I mean? Like, it goes the way that it goes, and you're judged on landing the player and having that quarterback lead your program or not. And, Beau started out the season red hot, and then just whether it was injury, whether it was just pure regression for whatever reason, difficulty of the competition, didn't hold up. and now you're back looking into the next way to advance the position.
Okay, should we debut our voice message?
If you've heard it and it's appropriate, I didn't leave it. I did think about like logging on myself and leaving one, but I didn't do it this time.
Yeah.
So
Please, that'd be a little bit counterproductive, but
no promises.
Yeah. So I don't know if I was planning for this to be the first one, but I guess here we are. So here it is. Here's our first voice message.
Hey guys, long time caller, first time voice recorder.
Yeah.
Once I heard there was a new way to reach my brother and his buddy, I had to jump in. This is David H. I suggest the name Tiger Mail or like Tiger Line or something like that. You know, maybe there's something to that. Also, while I've got you here, play, fade, eliminate.
I knew he was good at
Say
this.
Colston Loveland against the Packers, Travis Kelce, I believe, against the Titans, and Darren Waller against the Bengals. I was leaning Darren Waller, but nervous about Quinn Ewers. Tell me what you think.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, not really Mizzou related, but
No, but he
there it
figured
was.
kill two birds with one stone rather than having to text in the same
Suppose.
thing. I actually love Colston Loveland and Darren Waller. Kelsey would be my eliminate there with Minshew. It's not a bad matchup, but Loveland is going to be playing without Roma Dunze, and unfortunately Luther Burden has also been ruled out for the Bears on Saturday. So love Loveland there, but I don't think you can sit Waller because the Bengals are just terrible against tight ends. So Waller's probably the play, but I'm not sitting Loveland anywhere I have him either. I might play them both and kick my flex to the curb. So there you go.
Here is an interesting Facebook comment we got on the Beau stuff. Adam saying, give Zowers a shot. Have some loyalty. Unlike everyone else in college football. During complaints about the state of college football will be the change you want to see and show some loyalty to a kid you recruited. That Adam from our Facebook page. I mean, it does go both ways, right? Every year you seem to bring in a quarterback from your high school ranks, but every year that you have you basically have no quarterbacks on your team that have any college experience. You feel the need to rush into the portal and get one, even if it's scraping down to like getting someone who didn't play for however long, 2 or 3 years. In the case of Jack Abraham, like just get a body in the room. Like it goes even that far. So, I mean, I don't know if I agree completely with the complaint, because every single year, a team that is in Mizzou's position when they're in the SEC, and if they go 9-3 in any year going on forward, they will be considered at least for the college football playoff. And so when you're that close to it each and every year, getting the right quarterback with some experience becomes important. So there is that urgency. No matter the season, rebuilding just doesn't happen anymore because you can do it in a month. And that's essentially what they're going to do with the transfer portal this year. So, I mean, yeah, you do want to keep some loyalty. It's just a very fine line to walk because, look, I think Matt Zowers could be the guy next year. I don't know. But I would love to see how he does in the Gator Bowl to maybe inform a little bit of that decision. It won't inform everything, but you at least have to find out. So you have to keep him in the room past January 16th when the portal closes and he is on your team for good into 2026. Maybe you bring another guy in to compete with him, but you need another spring and summer with him, I think, for sure, to know if he can be your guy going forward.
Yeah, I do, to the point of the you say that was a text or a Facebook comment?
The Facebook comment on a post earlier in the day.
To the point of the commenter, that might be what they do. Like,
yeah,
Drinkwitz immediately goes to social media and posts QB1. He's ready. He posts all the hashtags. He posts LFG. Like, everything outward is telling you that Eli Drinkwitz is totally comfortable with what happened today, right? And I'm telling you, like, he wasn't surprised by it. And I don't know where on the range it falls, but he very well may have had a hand in it, right? Like, he may have said, hey, here's how we're viewing the position. Beau would understand if you, as a result, would like to maybe pursue other opportunities. We'll never really maybe know the degree to which that were the case. People, saying it was well known weeks ago that Beau Pribula intended to transfer. Some, have shared that they were aware of that prior and just didn't share it publicly. Nobody was surprised by this internally. And so Eli Drinkwitz is either, posting that to try to feign and put up the appearance that he's really excited about Matt Zollers and it's just cope, or he's actually really excited about Matt Zollers because he has been consistent the whole way through ever since he signed that's how he felt about the kid. So if that's how he feels about the kid and we see some good things against Virginia, it won't shock me at all to see a more minor addition from the portal. I do think you need somebody.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just have Gavin Sidwar come in as a 3-star and be a true freshman and be your backup. You got to have some experience in that room. But you can definitely sign the type of quarterback out of the portal that you intend to slot as just a healthy nudge of competition. But it's designed to elevate Matt Zollers. That could be the way that they go with it. I'll be a little nervous if it is, but I will probably have a different tune after the Virginia game if Zollers throws 4 touchdowns and just like the glimpses we've seen from his arm, he just goes and does it. Then we'll all be going bananas and saying like, yeah, he's the guy. We don't need a transfer. We don't need a transfer portal guy. This is our guy.
Yeah.
So we will overreact to the bowl game regardless, but I also think there has to be some reaction to the bowl game from the coaching staff in terms of how they want to handle the position. Like that'll be meaningful reps that they'll get to judge and say how close to readiness is Matt Zollers based on what they see.
We'll get more on this. One more before we get to play Fade Eliminate. I can't help but think about the end of the 2021 season when Connor Bazelak goes in the portal and they're like, all right, Brady Cook, you're the starter in the bowl game.
Right.
And he looked pretty good against Army.
Pretty fine.
Like, there were obviously some rough moments. First ever start was not perfect at all. But brought them back, had the go-ahead touchdown late, and then, Mizzou's defense let Army go down the field,
so bad.
Field goal. There's that. But that's what I harken back to. This is a very similar situation. You do know a little bit more about what Matt Zollers has been for you already in 2.5 games, but I don't think that should be the sole determining factor as to what he could be in 2026. So you get a little more data on him, see how he does against a team that almost won a power conference this year, even though the ACC, we know our feelings about it. But Virginia's a solid team. And so that'll be a good test for Matt Zollers to see how it looks. All right, let's get at least a few of these in here.
It's time to play Fade or Eliminate.
Well, you got David's in, I suppose, so we don't have to worry about tight ends for the moment.
I like Loveland. I like Waller. Kelsey will probably be fine too, but I don't want to touch that situation. I don't want anything to do with the Chiefs. I don't even like the Chiefs defense. Like I had a league where I planned ahead. I had the bye. I'm going to stash the Chiefs. They're playing the Titans. It's going to be great. It's a good defense, but are those guys going to be motivated? I'm a little bit.
There's a lot of guys out. Have we checked the injury report on that too?
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
I'm nervous about the whole Chiefs thing.
They're 3-point favorites still on the road against the Titans, so we'll see on that part. Picks of the week coming up at 5:25. All right, play, fade, eliminate running backs. Jalen Warren, Kenneth Walker, Kyle Monangai.
Jalen Warren, Kenneth Walker, Kyle Monangai. Monangai against the Packers. Kenneth Walker tonight against the Rams. Do not like the matchup. He's probably the best player of the three. Don't like the matchup. Yes, it's windy, rainy, which could lead to more running. I don't really think you're going to run against the Rams too successfully. Who do the Steelers have this week?
Steelers are at Detroit.
That's actually a pretty favorable matchup, I feel like. Points will be scored. Jalen Warren could get involved as a pass catcher. Kenny Gainwell, though, looked flat out better than him in the game on Monday night. They'll use both guys, though, so I'm not too terribly concerned about that. I can't trust Monangai. I'm having the Monangai decision in my lineups. It's a tough matchup. He's a really good player, but DeAndre Swift is still kind of getting more work than him. I'm having a hard time. Like, I know I could get burned, that Monangai could end up having a really nice 12 to 15-point game in PPR, but I think with these other options, I'm going to end up sitting him in what you're giving me here. I don't want to start Kenneth Walker, though, so he's probably going to nuke. It's the Thursday game, playoffs. I am a little shy about starting off with a big goose egg if it doesn't go well for him in a tough matchup. I think it's a low-scoring game tonight. Charbonnet probably has the goal line. So I'm going to eliminate. I think I'm going to eliminate him. I think I'll fade Monungai and I'll play Warren. I'll play Warren in a more favorable matchup because I think there's points scored in that game. PPR especially. I'm going to trust Jalen Warren there. Kenneth Walker's a fade for me this week. I have a bet that I placed with under on his yards tonight. So
all right,
we'll see what happens with that. But I just don't think he's going to be as productive. And they seem to trust Charbonnet more. And I think in a game where the division is on the line tonight for the Seahawks and the Rams, I think you lean as a coach into who you trust. And that's probably more Zach Charbonnet.
Call or text us with your fantasy football questions, 573-875-KTGR here on The Big Show. Wide receivers, play fade, eliminate. Mecca Egbuka, Adonai Mitchell, Shamari DK. Did I butcher his name?
Against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
against the Chiefs. I don't know what to do with him. Adonai Mitchell, as much as the Brady Cook thing is exciting, he's going to start again. I can't do it. I just don't think I can do it. I hope I'm wrong with that, Andy. I hope Brady looks great.
Playing the Saints, man.
The Saints have a decent defense though, and they're playing well. I think I want to say DK could end up with again fade the Chiefs defense because their head's not in the game anymore. I'll eliminate Mitchell. I'll fade DK. Who was the other guy you gave me though? Because I think he was a better player. Egbuka is probably the guy you play of that grouping. It is a little bit nervous that Jalen McMillan's back and Mike Evans is back, but I think Egbuka is still going to be my play. If those are my options, I got to play him.
Joe texting in for quarterbacks: Stafford, Hurts, Burrow.
Oh boy. Stafford obviously plays tonight. Burrow and the Bengals did not score a point last week, but they get the Dolphins this week. Dolphins on a short week. It is on the road, but as long as the weather's okay, that's not the end of the world. Who do the Eagles play? Commanders? Yeah, it's probably just Jalen Hurts.
Saturday.
I'll go Hurts as the play on Saturday against the Commanders. That's just a bad defense. Divisional game, they might get up for it on defense, but it might be kind of like that 31-0 Eagles win over the Raiders last weekend. Give me Hurts. Frankly, Stafford is only the fade. He's a perfectly fine play tonight. You won't be able to run in touchdowns against Seattle, so if they do score, it'll be on Stafford's arm. He'll throw a couple touchdowns and eliminate Burrow. As much as it's fine to play Burrow, and I think I actually have to do it in a league, I'll play him over Lamar, and I'll play him over Jackson Dart in a tough matchup against the Vikings. Burrow is just not quite as good as Jalen Hurts facing a bad defense.
Play fade, eliminate. Call or text in with your fantasy football questions, 573-875-KTGR. Got a live local sports center. And then under the bus next, Mizzou's former OC, Kirby Moore. He had a bit of a flub in his introductory press conference as Washington State's new head coach. We'll get to that next.
Now, your local sports center update on your total sports station, KTGR.
I'm ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Hafner. I'm tracking slowly clearing skies tonight. We'll see strong winds through about midnight, and then temperatures fall off to about 20 degrees. It feels like the low teens in the morning, so it's a chilly start to our Friday, but we'll see more sunshine tomorrow with mostly sunny skies throughout the day and highs topping out near 40 degrees. We're in the 50s again by Saturday.
I'm ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Hafner, and that's your ABC 17 Storm Track forecast on your total sports station, KTGR.
The KTGR 1-for-1 holiday food drive was another huge success.
Preliminary total, $125,843.
So good. Thanks again to our amazing sponsors, including Commerce Bank, the Missouri Pork Association, and Dunkel Distributing. Find out how you can still donate to our neighbors in need at ktgr.com.
Hi, this is Kim with Hearing Aid Consultants and Allmake Repair Lab at 315 Ellis Boulevard in Jefferson City. From carols sung by a choir to the tearing of wrapping paper and jingling of bells, the holiday season is a time full of delightful sounds you shouldn't have to miss. If you think your quality of hearing may be turning you grinchy, come in for a free hearing evaluation so you don't miss a single jingle. We are here for you today so you can hear tomorrow. Find us online at hearingaidconsultants.com.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KTGR. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code KTGR in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
You're not the kind to make a nice little snow angel when the snow falls. You mark your territory in a different way. With a lemonade autograph. But when others tinkle their title in your business parking lot, you get peed off. Thanks a lot, Chad. Nice cursive work, though. Good for you, Tina. Tina? Wait a minute. Get rid of the snow graffiti with Crutch's Custom Exteriors commercial snow removal. Call Crutch's and get a quote today. Seriously, though, Tina, that's impressive.
After splurging on matching family PJs, roughly 150 presents, and one very expensive 15-foot inflatable Santa, you're probably running a little low on Christmas coin. So let Family Pawn help for the holidays. You'll save on gaming consoles, instruments, tools, jewelry, and electronics. Don't see what you're after? Head to one of the many Family Pawn locations where you're bound to find what you need without breaking your holiday budget.
Not your traditional pawn shop. Family Pawn.
Hey y'all, it's Molly from Billiards. How in the heck are we already in December? What happened?
You're telling me I'm not ready to go back to work.
Santa, what have you been doing all year?
All kidding aside, I've been prepping for the big day.
At Billiards, we've been prepping too. Just this weekend, Tom cut 500 pounds of fries. That's enough to fill your sleigh, Santa.
Looking on down for burgers and beer. Billiards on Broadway.
Molly, would you deliver to the North Pole?
Only if I can use your sleigh.
This year, take a bite out of one holiday hassle and have your festive feast expertly prepared by Main Event Catering, the chefs of Courtyard by Marriott Columbia. Ready for pickup? You'll spend less time in the kitchen and more smiles with family. All the favorites: turkey, ham, prime rib, roast beef, even fried chicken, and more. Plus, any of the side dishes and desserts your crew craves. Treat to your family with Main Event Catering. Order Holiday Magic today. 443-8000, 443-8000, and jingle all the way.
The best local sports talk around on your ride home. You've got The Big Show on KTGR.
It's time to go under the bus on The Big Show.
So Kirby Moore sounded very confident in his introductory press conference. I believe it was yesterday, maybe the day before, at Washington State. the new head coach there, said that moving forward, we will lead. We will be the leading team in the new Mountain West Conference. Oh no. Oh, Kirby.
I don't think that's
no, Kirby. No.
Oh, no.
Curb. What made it worse is that there's a backdrop behind him that has the Washington State logo and the Pac-12 logo right behind it.
Oh, of course there was.
Turn around. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah. In fairness, there's a lot of confusion going on with every team that's involved.
Like, if he had joined Boise State, I maybe would have made the same mistake. Like, because I don't know if they're still in the Mountain West and Pac-12.
Pretty sure they're going to the Pac.
I think they are too, right? Yeah, they're one of the teams.
I think it's all the
going.
ones with state in the name.
Yeah, lots of states.
A lot of them.
Going to the Pac next year in football. And so, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But
well, he won't make that mistake again.
No, he'll be fine now. And maybe at some point he'll like lean into it and make some sort of like wink joke about it later on in another
Do they still need another couple of teams though? Or are they good with
I think they're good. They got earlier this year, I think they got Texas State to join in.
Texas State, Utah, San Diego, Fresno, Colorado, Boise, Washington, Oregon. All of those are states.
Yeah, all states.
And they've got all 8 of them.
Yeah, so they can be a conference again in football that's recognized, just not as a power. It'll be G6 now going forward.
Right.
Pac-12 will be part of that. So, but yeah, unfortunately, Kirby Moore had a clipped off moment that will not be very good. I also had a clipped off moment myself.
Under the bus.
Let's hear the bus horn.
There it is.
That's on me. Under the bus to Kalshi, whoever they are. Like, is that how they say the name? I don't know.
Don't know, don't care, but it's getting weird with this prediction stuff, man.
Yeah, like I guess they're backing off actually publishing the markets for it, but they certified the markets of, you can trade on whether or not players are going to enter the transfer portal in college sports. And that to me just is way too far of a step over the line, if you ask me. When
this encourages the insider trading, does it not? When you're like, hey, buddies, I'm going to enter the portal, go vote on or do your prediction on this app, and then I'll announce it.
Yeah.
And like the announcement is enough, they say. Like, yeah, if the kid announces it, then that counts. Like, good luck to everybody getting into those markets, but it's not for me.
No.
I don't think that one's for me.
And I don't think they'll actually get serious with it. It seems that they got a lot of backlash and are kind of backing off the idea, but we'll see.
Under the bus.
And also under the bus to Nick Saban. He started off by saying, quote, I don't want to start any bleep here, but
Then he started some.
Then he started some bleep. Basically equating the James Madison playing in the college football playoff against Oregon, equating it to, well, if we had the AAA champion in baseball get to play in the postseason, that we wouldn't want that, would we? So tired of this. I'm so tired.
It's a bad analogy.
It is.
It's a bad analogy.
It's not. Basically, it's not the same level. Like, there's obviously G5 and Power 4, but they're competing for the same championship. AAA teams are not competing for the same championship.
No, they don't play. They don't even play against major league teams.
Right.
Like, G5 teams they play non-conference games against those teams. Like, every year it happens. It's not apples to apples. It would be more like if he had said, a team. Which sports still care about divisions? It's mostly NFL and baseball.
Yeah.
That care about divisions, like with a 500 record or a sub 500 record,
NFC
and that
South
team goes
champion.
on. Yeah. NFC South when they're going 7-9 in those years, or now I guess it'd be like 8-9. That's more comparable, but guess what? Those teams still get to join the playoff.
Exactly. Give them a chance. They'll probably
under the bus
lose their first game, just like you think they will.
They probably will. Yeah.
But look, they still get a chance either way.
It's time for the sweetest thing in sports on The Big Show.
Hey, pretty good day to be a Missouri State fan.
Yeah.
Reportedly hiring Casey Woods as their next head coach.
They got Andy's offensive coordinator picked to be their head coach.
He's the guy that I would have liked them to look into a little bit more, but he's going to be a head coach, and that's going to be pretty cool for him to go to Missouri State and run a program looking forward to that. And tonight, they play in their first ever bowl game. The Xbox Bowl down in Frisco, taking on Arkansas State. We were kind of joking around the office. Got the pageantry and the tradition of the Xbox Bowl will live on forever.
Well, sure. I mean, that's obviously one of the big ones.
Yeah. This is the first
Pretty
ever Xbox
significant.
Bowl, by the way. So the tradition and the pageantry started today, but the tradition will live on. We imagine.
Probably until they change the corporate sponsorship.
They basically replaced the Bahamas Bowl, so there's that. But yeah, no, good day to be a Missouri State fan. You get know your new head
That's a good get.
coaches, and yeah, it's a really good hire after Ryan Beard moved on to Coach Coastal, and see what happens tonight in the Xbox Bowl. Good luck to the Bears in that one. All right, more Beau Pribula talk. Get your thoughts into the transfer portal once it opens on January 2nd. So what should the Tigers do now at quarterback? Roll with Nat Zowers or rely upon a transfer to get the job done? 5:05 we'll discuss. We'll have our picks of the week at 5:25. And John Price of Sports Information Traders joins us at 5:45 on The Big Show.
Add a luxurious look to your home this holiday season with help from Menards. MS International has a great selection of tile to update your home. Beautiful and durable ceramic and porcelain tile adds timeless elegance and style to any floor or wall. 12 by 12 Terra tile is only 99 cents each, now through December 24th. Stop in today and check out all our flooring options and check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
A North Pole wind, then a loud crack. Oh no, it's Santa. He threw out his back.
Santa's getting older. Yeah, but with the way elf wages are these days, he can't afford fancy jibs. So the big guy went to Playing Again Sports. They've got used treadmills, free weights, dumbbells, and benches. All at prices that Santa actually approves. Plus, no waiting for machines. Unless Rudolph's hogging the squat rack again.
Bro, I'm bulking.
Playing Again Sports. Think of them first, so you don't finish last.
A house full of family, all the kids and their cousins. Uncle Bob with a bellyache, snarfing shrimp by the dozens. When all of a sudden, the guests heard a bang. The garage door opened and surprised the whole gang. The water heater blown, now those showers were frigid, which left Uncle Bob quite rigid and livid. Then Brian Ware's sleigh pulled up in the drive, and his water restoration guy, Josh, did arrive. Disaster averted, and oh, what a sight. Once again, Brian Ware saved Christmas that night. Better call Brian and unplug your plumbing problems. BrianWarePlumbing.com.
Losing a loved one is probably the hardest punch you will ever take in the fight of life. Dealing with the fallout, finances, and how to replace that loss of income for your family is even harder. That's why Phyllis Nichols and her team are so passionate about life insurance. Phyllis Nichols is the 12-round agent who fights for your best interests and knows exactly what you need. Get your life insurance with State Farm Agency licensed Phyllis Nichols, the 12-round agent.
KTGR AM Columbia, KTGR FM Fulton Columbia, K286CL Columbia, in Missouri's total sports station. KTGR.
I'm Christine Lisi. It doesn't look like Rams star receiver Devontae Adams will be on the field for tonight's critical NFC West showdown against the Seahawks, the opening game of NFL Week 16, listed as doubtful with knee and hamstring injuries. The Rams, though, still have plenty of firepower even if Adams is out, notes our Harry Douglas.
Puka Nacua, who can't be guarded and covered by anybody, he's still playing. You have a running back in Kyra Williams and Blake Corum, how he supported Kyra Williams and being that 1-2 punch. That has been good so far this season as well. And you look at the last two ball games of this Rams football team rushing, 204 rush yards, and I think a total of 6 touchdowns.
Tonight's winner grabs sole possession of first in the NFC West and is in the driver's seat for the NFC's 1 seed. Bears will be without 2 of their top receivers Saturday against the Packers due to injuries. Rome Odunze and Luther Burden III. Odunze out a 3rd consecutive game with that recurring foot injury. Retired NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 children were among the 7 people killed in a plane crash today in North Carolina.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. We make the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com.
From Faro,
15 to the 10, to the house.
Bush,
Back to the wall. And it's got her.
and Arrowhead,
Touchdown. Kansas City.
to your speakers.
This is the big show, baby.
Get fresh takes on the biggest sports stories in mid-Missouri. Right now, this is The Big Show with Andy and Brendan on KTGR.
Well, it's all Beau Pribula talk today, as he has announced, or it's been reported, that he intends to enter the transfer portal. Will not be with the Tigers for the bowl game. Matt Zollers, QB1 for the Gator Bowl, taking on Virginia on December 27th. What does it mean for the future of the program and what the Tigers and Eli Drinkwitz will elect to do at the quarterback position for next year? We'll continue to take your calls or texts on that thought, 573-875-KTGR. We also might talk a little bit of CFP stuff before the tournament kicks off tomorrow night. And at 5:25, our picks of the week come at you as I try to maintain my spot at the top of the leaderboard for the season-long standings. John Price will join us as well from Sports Information Traders around 5:45. 573-875-KTGR to call or text. But first, it's 5 o'clock.
It's time for the top 5 at 5 on The Big Show. Number 1.
If you want to trade away for curtain number 1, you can have curtain 1.
Not totally surprising, but it is the biggest news of the transfer portal so far for Mizzou. Their quarterback, Beau Pribula, is entering in when it opens on January 2nd. So that now means that the Tigers will either go with Matt Zowers next year as their quarterback, or they'll dip into the transfer portal and have that guy be the starter. Now, they could dip into the portal and not have that guy be the starter, just have him compete for the job, and maybe Zowers still beats him out. But I think either way, you do need another body in the room. Can't go into next year with just 2 scholarship quarterbacks with just Zowers and Gavin Sidwar. Going to need another body. We'll just see. It'll matter now how much Mizzou decides to splurge at this position. Also matters who the OC is going to be, and I think that is what we're going to know first before we know anything about the quarterback.
Number 2.
Number 2, your timing is impeccable.
And Eli Drinkwitz basically confirms the situation with him tweeting out that Matt Zowers is going to be the starter in the Gator Bowl for the Tigers as they take on Virginia next Saturday in Jacksonville. So we'll see what he's got with really Donovan Oluvide, Kevin Coleman, and who knows who else will get a shot at wide receiver. We know Marquise Johnson and Josh Manning are transferring out. So it'll be an interesting test for one Matt Zowers as he will at least start competing for next year's job right now with this bowl game.
Number 3.
This seems to be a pretty meaningful tweet from Soren Petro, who covers all things Kansas City, Sports Radio 810 WHB, tweeted this out a couple hours ago. Quote, "There's a meeting scheduled in Topeka on Monday. I'm being told the Chiefs are scheduled to be at that meeting. However, the Royals are not. Barring a last-minute screw-up by someone at the top, announcing the Chiefs are moving to Kansas will happen after that meeting." Well, that seems notable. Soren Petro's pretty plugged in over there. We obviously, nothing's official till it's official, but we'll be paying attention on Monday.
Number 4.
Oh, Shanty.
Casey Woods is coming back to Missouri. Just not University of Missouri. He's going to be the new head coach at Missouri State. I thought he should get strong consideration for Mizzou's next OC. He'd done a great job at SMU at that same spot, but it was enough for him to get a head coaching gig, and I think it's a really good fit for him and Missouri State. They're playing their first bowl game tonight ever, Xbox Bowl in Frisco against Arkansas State at 8 o'clock.
Number 5.
What is the 5 fingers? Say to the face. Slap.
You know what? College football will feel a little more familiar to me next year because Will Muschamp is back as the DC at Texas.
That's The Big Show's top 5 at 5 on KTGR.
875 KTGR. If you want to call or text us, that's a throwback to my my grade school days. Like Will Muschamp basically being the coach in waiting behind Mac Brown. You're like, oh yeah, he'll be the guy in the future. And then he, gets impatient, goes to Florida and, then South Carolina and a bunch of other places. Done work out as head coach. Yeah, man. They just decided to up and get rid of their current DC and just replace him with Will Muschamp. I don't hate it. It's probably the right move. He's not a bad DC.
No, he's always been solid in that role.
So we'll see what that means for Texas next year. But yeah, I will feel a little more. The sport will be a little more familiar to me when I'm watching Texas play football next year, because Will Muschamp will be on the sideline or in the booth, wherever he is. But everything else seems to be changing in college football, so it's hard to keep up. And of course, Mizzou, they will change their week 1 starting quarterback, no doubt, next season. It will not be Beau Pribula in the transfer portal, according to all the reports. And Eli Drinkwitz basically confirming it by saying that Matt Sowers is going to start the bowl game. He would not have started the bowl game if Beau Pribula was not entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
So now we'll see what happens, and we want your calls and texts on it. 573-875-KTGR. You can leave a comment on our YouTube channel, on Facebook, and also leave a voice message for us with the KTGR app. And we'll get to some of those. If you leave us a message, we'll try to get to it. But again, it all depends on what will be available to Mizzou, what's within their price range, which is unbeknownst to us. And whether, if that is a high price range, what are you signaling to Matt Sowers throughout this process? How are you keeping him on board at the same time? Because I do think you need to. You can't say he's the future of the program. We really like his raw abilities. We just need for it to cook a little bit more. But we want this other guy to come in and be the guy right now. It's hard to do that in this age of college football now when everyone has these options. So that's the needle you have to thread.
Yeah, and it's not going to be easy. It's always set up to be a little bit uncomfortable when you're talking about one player and saying he's the future. But that's why I say, we don't really know the ins and outs of everything that happened behind the scenes to inspire this. If you're Beau Pribula and you keep hearing about Matt Sowers being the future, do you kind of get the message a little bit and go, okay, they could easily decide that the future is now next year. And gosh, there's reports out that Penn State really wants me back. Maybe I'm going to get a great situation, get to go back to where it all started. Maybe I get to go to Virginia Tech where, I play for the coach I committed for. Maybe Kirby Moore wants me at Washington State. I don't have to worry about the competition at quarterback there. And I can still play for the same OC, the guy that I, came to Missouri to play for. So I would say about equal odds on all three of those landing spots being possibilities for Beau Pribula. I don't know which one would be the leader among any others.
I would rank them, for what it's worth, I'd rank them 1, Virginia Tech, 2, Penn State, 3, Washington State.
Me too. Penn State and Virginia Tech really close. Washington State more of a distant third, but still a connection there, obviously. I've seen some Washington State fans on Twitter get kind of excited about the idea of maybe that could be a connection they could make. And I would not be surprised to see Beau Pribula do well next year. I hope he goes to Virginia Tech. I think that would be the place that I would be the most excited to root for him, because I kind of want to root for James Franklin too, because I feel like they got a little bit, and I guess it worked out for him because Matt Campbell's a great coach, but they jumped the gun a little bit, I feel like, with firing James Franklin. And
yeah,
I'm not sure that he got exactly the runway he should have gotten after getting them to the Final Four the year before that. Time will tell how it works out for all parties involved. I just still feel like Penn State got off easier than they should have by getting to hire Matt Campbell after so many years of nobody being able to take him away from Iowa State. That coaching search happens and it ends with him. They are way too fortunate to
They did not deserve to get that hire so right.
Not at all. But they did get it right, I think.
Sent the message to the wrong email. That's basically what happened here. And then they end up with Matt Campbell. Whatever. Fonz on the KTGR hotline to talk quarterbacks with us. Fonz, what you got?
How's it going, man?
What do you got for us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
I'm going to make this short and sweet, man. This guy, Dylan Ray, if I don't want to butcher his last name, Raiola from Nebraska. This guy, even though he didn't play last year with a broken fibula or something, this guy would fit great in our system. We need to go get this guy. That's it.
If you're talking about Dylan Raiola, he did play, didn't he? This
he played year? Some, and then he got injured.
Oh, but then he got injured. Okay, gotcha.
Then he got hurt.
Okay, appreciate the call here on the Big Show, KTGR. I mean, I agree that there was progression for him year by year.
Right.
And so, again, going to command top dollar. Like if he really wants to be like Patrick Mahomes and try out Texas Tech, and we'll find out how much money can you give me? They've got a lot of it, obviously. Maybe they're just choosing. Maybe they get to choose between whether they want Sorsby or Raiola. I don't know.
That's probably what it is. I think he would want to go to Texas Tech.
Yeah,
because I have never seen anybody else do this, so I credit myself for coming up with it. I call him Pat Mapartments rather than Mahomes because he's kind of like the knockoff version. So Pat Mapartments would love to go to Lubbock, I'm sure. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that sound effect. I think it's actually a really good joke. But at any rate, yeah, maybe he wants to be so close to Mahomes that he would want to be just down I-70. Maybe that's the way that Mizzou gets in. But would you want to see that? And we have no clue what the price point would be.
Yeah.
But I bet it would be high. And I bet it would be more than he's worth.
It would be a lot because he was already worth a lot. He was probably the highest dollar high school recruit from his recruiting class when he was coming in. And again, he got better from year 1 to year 2. And so that's what you look at. First of all, you're declaring him the starter, basically. That is the signal to Matt Zauer's like, yeah, I'm sitting again.
And the amount that you'd spend would indicate that too. Like you're not getting him in for a number that's going to have him sit in the bench.
Yeah, and you can say all you want about it being a competition. Whatever, we will know for sure at that point that it will not be a competition. So
I agree.
So like with that, and then are you sure that you want to shell out all of those resources and not address the wide receiver room the way that you want to, or not address the D tackle room the way that you want to, or the safety room or corners, whatever it is? Like
you're skimping somewhere else.
Somewhere, maybe not all of those places. You could still get a high dollar guy at one of those spots anyway. I don't know what the situation's like, but Mizzou's in a good NIL spot, but they can't spend the most like everybody else can. So like you do have to parse it out as efficiently and effectively as possible. And maybe that means that if you can beef up the roster everywhere else and build a great team around Matt Zauers that he can work with serviceably, maybe that's the route. I don't know, but it's something that you have to consider. The other side of the spectrum is, okay, Raiola or somebody out there, Raiola, Sorsby, one of the high dollar guys will mask all of our other problems and we'll fix our passing game and we'll be much better.
Yeah. Like if you have the right distributor, those internal receivers that would maybe have been on the second string might end up being some pretty good players if you've got the right guy elevating them. We flat out didn't have it this year. Not from Beau and not from Matt Zollers, who was frankly just not ready for the role that he had to be thrust into. Doesn't mean he can't be ready next year, but it does mean that a leap would have to occur. And certainly I think he could make that leap, but I don't know. Like all I'm leaning on is kind of seeing some glimpses of his arm and knowing that he had a high number of stars attached to his name when he came out of high school. That's really what you're leaning on. And I've liked what I've seen in glimpses, but in other spots, it's just been like, yeah, it was kind of stagnant in the, this game, that game. So it's hard. I will say, I mean, there's some good box score games from Raiola. Had 243 and 2 touchdowns, 33 for 42 in the season opener last August against Cincinnati. Probably his other most impressive performance did come in a loss, but 30 for 41, 308 and 3 touchdowns against Michigan. Did throw a pick in that game. He was 18 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
2,000 yards in 9 games. And I think the injury happened in the USC game, so I don't think he got to finish that game. I don't remember how deep into the game he was when the injury happened, but didn't have a ton of numbers in that game. I would be intrigued by him, but I just feel like because he's kind of a guy that has a name and he's like the name is flashy, and that means you're probably going to overpay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it doesn't mean he can't end up being the answer, but you're going to have to fend off other teams that are also going to say, we could do worse. We're going to try to spend all our money on this guy because maybe he fixes our position. They're, in the same spot as Mizzou and they want to fix it. I would be intrigued though. Like I don't know. I'm going to trust Drink though. I really have said this. I have what I kind of hope happens, but I really don't have it even concretely because my ideal would be that they bring in a 1-year starter, a guy with 1 year of eligibility left who's a stud. And right now, Sam Levitt's probably the best answer for that. I think he's only got 1 year left.
Yeah.
And I don't know how great he would be. But if there's another guy that goes into the portal, like a 1 year guy that gives Zollers the confidence to stay, and then he is all the more ready and maybe even can redshirt, but I'll continue to reiterate, I do not care if he can redshirt. If he gets to play in 5 games, it doesn't bother me any, because I think by the time that you get 4 years into a college career, if you're the guy that you're worried about whether or not he burned his red shirt, he's probably good enough to go to the NFL by then anyway. And so I just don't think it's going to be the end of the world. But yeah, in theory, if you bring in another starter that's a one and done, Zollers doesn't have to play in more than 4 games and would in theory have 3 more years of eligibility, which should open him up to the idea that, like, hey, I could still even go and transfer. Like, maybe that's something that is discussed, right? Let's say January 2nd, portal opens. January 7th, Mizzou signs a guy that's a one and done. There's still time for Zollers to enter before it closes.
Yeah.
And the conversation is, hey, look, I don't know whether you'll be the starter this year or not. You're going to compete with so-and-so, or, the reports are true. We paid so-and-so $2 million. So he's probably going to be, come in with an edge. Here's what I want to see from you. And here's what I can promise you. I won't burn your red shirt unnecessarily. Like, we're going to make sure that eligibility, if that's something that you value, we're going to make sure you have it. If you want to be patient, we think you're a 3-year starter in the SEC, or maybe it's 2 because you're in the NFL before your final year. But like, if Zollers, the player, cares about the red shirt, that would be an instance where I would say, yeah, we'll honor whatever we have to do to keep him here through that January 12th or whatever the date is that the portal closes from new entrants, because I think anything could happen, right? You could end up bringing in a guy that you paid a bunch of money to who doesn't perform, or he does perform, but he gets hurt, or he performs well and Zollers is immensely more ready with 1 more year of experience to have 3 years of eligibility to be an SEC starter and maybe carry you toward the top of the conference. I think the communication with Zollers is going to be really important on that. That's my ideal, though. I do. I want them to go big game hunting, even though I like Matt Zollers. I think if this year had gone regular, that Sam Horn and Beau Pribula have a competition to see who's the quarterback, and one of them wins it and the other one's the backup, I don't think we would be even worrying about Matt Zollers. Like, yeah, it's going according to plan. He's going to be a redshirt freshman in 2026, probably as the QB2, and then he's the starter 1 year later. Like that, I think everybody, even Zollers, might have been totally on board with that. But the fact that he got into games, now do you get big eyes and go, hey, there's an opportunity for me here to go somewhere if Mizzou brings in a 1 year starter that I have to wait another year behind? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see.
Daniel texting in, this is Drink's chance to make the move to elevate this program, to take that next step. Go get a home run quarterback. I think Beau leaving is the best for him and Mizzou altogether.
I agree. Hurts me to say that, though. I do like Beau, but didn't work out.
It didn't work out. And maybe health was part of it, but I think also just those are the ebbs and flows that you go through as a first-year starter at this level. And maybe whoever it was, whether him or Mizzou, it was never going to be fully put back together to run it back for next year, and that's okay. So we'll see what it means for both of them. The OC hire is going to be so important now. That's kind of what I'm waiting for.
You have to emphasize the passing game because you want to compel a good quarterback to come in and be part of the passing game. You can't just be this run-based offense with who you hire at OC. Like, there's got to be some chops of a guy that a transfer quarterback can look at, or Matt Zollers can look at and say, oh, man, there's some creativity. There's getting receivers open. There's letting it fly downfield. There's excitement to this offense. You've got to add an element of that, I think, if you're going to convince any portal QB, because the money is one thing, but everybody's going to be paying. It's a scheme fit. That has to matter as well.
If you ask me, I still really want to see what Matt Zollers has got. Call me crazy.
You're not crazy, but I think it's, with what we've seen, it's such a big responsibility to basically bank your whole 2026 season on that he's going to be ready, when I think in a vacuum, if all the injuries to the quarterback position didn't happen this year, we wouldn't be saying that. We would be saying, hey, Matt Zoller is still exciting part of the future, but probably as a redshirt sophomore in 2027, where he's got 3 years left. Like, nobody would have looked sideways at that. But now that we've seen him play a little bit and not played that great outside of the Vanderbilt game, but now that we've seen him, it's like, as the player, do you feel like you're entitled or that you desire to play sooner in your college career than you probably would have otherwise? Now you can't put that toothpaste back into the tube. And so it would be understandable if he's like, no, I want to be playing in 2026, whether that's here or if I have to go somewhere else. If that's how he feels, that's tough because I want to see him stay as well. I don't want to see them put all their eggs into the Zoller's basket for 2026 and say, like, I'm ready in December to make that decision, or I'm ready in January to say, I know he'll be ready. You have to have somebody with some experience and some upside to, at a minimum, challenge him to where Drink can make the decision in a camp battle of who looks more ready.
Well, yeah, for sure. I think you do have to find someone that pushes him to that point.
Someone you're paying, like someone that you're paying real significant money in the portal to come in and just like Ole Miss, I think that was a perfect comp. Austin Simmons probably could have gotten them to the playoffs still. Like, he was not bad. Yeah. Wasn't great, but Trinidad Chambliss was better.
Right.
And so you need your Simmons and you need your Chambliss. And I don't know which one Zollers is, but I think you got to have both.
875-KTGR if you want to call or text us with your thoughts on what needs to happen for Mizzou now that Beau Pribula is entering the transfer portal, reportedly from PowerMizzou.com early this morning. Eli Drinkwood saying today that it will be Matt Zowers in the Gator Bowl starting at quarterback. So keep getting your thoughts on that. We will have our picks of the week coming up next, since this is our final show of the week. So we'll get our picks in for potentially college football playoff. If anybody wants to take it, we'll have a full NFL slate to offer up as well. So we'll get to all of that next here on The Big Show, KTGR.
Follow The Big Show on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. And keep it here on your total sports station, KTGR.
Hi, everyone. Andy Humphrey here for Advanced Tree Solutions. It is important this winter to take care of your trees. Even though they're going to go dormant, they're going to lose their leaves, they're going to look pretty bare, it is still important to take care of them with tree pruning this winter. Eric and his team at Advanced Tree Solutions, they are the tree experts in mid-Missouri, and they know exactly what your trees need. So give them a call, let them inspect your yard, what your trees have going on. They'll identify any safety issues and make sure they give you a fair price so that those can be taken care of, because ultimately they care about your safety. They care about your tree's safety. So be sure to check them out. Go to advancedtreesolutionsllc.com and you'll experience the difference when you work with Eric and his team. They're licensed and insured. They serve Columbia, Jefferson City, and Fulton. So go and check them out. Get tree pruning scheduled today at advancedtreesolutionsllc.com. Give your trees the care they deserve with Advanced Tree Solutions, your tree's best friend.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code radio250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250, whether you win or lose. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Missouri. Open to new users only. Minimum odds minus 500. Awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Stop scrolling, start saving. Hit shopmidmo.com for the deal of the week. Every Friday through Sunday, grab hot gift card deals from local businesses. It's local, it's limited, it's live now. This week, take an extra 25% off gift cards from Respiro Spa. Look better, feel better, be better at Respiro Spa. They help you relieve pain and function better with customized services. 3702 West Truman Boulevard, Suite 123 in Jeff City. Get your deal of the week now at
shopmidmo.com.
Hi, I'm Tristan Colon, Mizzou grad and 6-year NFL veteran.
I'm Charlie Sticklin.
And I'm Sarah Sticklin-McDonald of the Sticklin & Sticklin Injury Law Firm.
In football, home field advantage can make all the difference.
The same is true when choosing your injury lawyer.
We're locals. We know the courts, we know the towns, we know the people.
Just as I protect my team on the field,
our family will protect your family.
When sorry just doesn't cut it.
Push back with Sticklin & Sticklin.
Hey, y'all, it's Molly from Billiards. We've all heard about Santa's naughty and nice list.
And I know where you're at this year.
So at Billiards, we're doing a naughty burger and a nice burger.
Which is which?
Our nice burger is our famous Billiards burger. Top it with whatever you want. The naughty burger is our roomy with lots of spice.
Santa likes making it hot.
Looking on down for burgers and beer. Billiards on Broadway.
You know, we named Vixen after Mrs. Claus.
Oh, Santa.
Hi, this is Kim with Hearing Aid Consultants and Allmake Repair Lab at 315 Ellis Boulevard in Jefferson City. From carols sung by a choir to the tearing of wrapping paper and jingling of bells, the holiday season is a time full of delightful sounds you shouldn't have to miss. If you think your quality of hearing may be turning you grinchy, come in for a free hearing evaluation so you don't miss a single jingle. We are here for you today so you can hear tomorrow. Find us online at hearingaidconsultants.com.
Back to more of the biggest sports stories in mid-Missouri. You've got The Big Show on the KTGR app.
It's The Big Show, and it's Picks of the Week time here on KTGR and the free KTGR app. Andy Brendan. And joining us on the KTGR hotline is producer Billy. Billy, you hear us, my friend?
Yeah. You guys hear me?
Yes, we do. So let's get to our Picks of the Week, and let's throw up our Picks of the Week graphic and see who won last week. If you're watching on YouTube and on Facebook. There's one. It beat out Brendan.
There you go.
And me. Producers 4-1 last week. Brendan 3-2. I'm at 1-4 last week, and I am in dead last for the season. Continuing to dig the hole.
It's pretty funny.
Well, as it always is, every year this happens, which it happens a lot. But Brendan's still in the season lead. Producers are around 500. So we'll see what it means for this iteration of the Picks of the Week, which the producers get to decide the order this week. So what will the order be, producers?
We'll throw Andy first. I feel like we need to get him back in the game. I actually, like a thoroughbred, I want to get in on the last leg. We're going to start slow, come from behind. So I'll actually pick third. We'll put Brendan in the 2-hole.
It's not a bad idea.
Damn. Okay. So I don't know if I was expecting this. So I'll be ready for my first pick. I really do think James Madison will keep it close. We'll have the 4 playoff games this weekend. And most of the NFL slate, there's a few that we don't have, but most of the NFL games are available to be picked from. And I'll go James Madison plus 21. Now, I know that some places have it 21.5, but more places, it seems, at the moment have it at 21. So
yeah, it came down.
Yeah, a little bit. So I'm going to say I still like it. There is a possibility for a push here, I suppose, but I'll say James Madison plus 21. I think I actually did jurisdictional legality that myself, so I'm gonna have
the longest
James Madison.
way to say I bet something.
But the only way we know how here on the Big Show, we're just a creature of habit. So, all right, your first pick, Brendan.
All right, give me the Rams plus 1.5 tonight. I just think they're really, really good.
We usually don't get the Thursday night game, but we're doing picks early this week. So, and it's a good one.
I have a quick time opportunity to start 0-1, but the Seahawks were underdogs. It flipped. It could very well be a 1-point game, and so maybe I get lucky, and with that plus 1.5, I end up winning on a 1-point Seahawks win. I think the first meeting was 21-19, so you're going to get a close, low-scoring game tonight. NFC West, old school.
Producers.
Sorry, what side did Brendan take? I can't hear him.
He took Rams.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to fade Andy. I feel like when Oregon has a team they can beat, they tend to beat them like a drum. I don't know that Dan Lanning's team has what it takes to really make a deep run, but I do think at Autzen Stadium they're going to take it to the Dukes and not let off the gas. Give me Oregon to win by more than 3 touchdowns.
All righty. Picks of the week here on the Big Show, KTGR and the KTGR app. My next pick, I'll take the Chargers plus 2 at the Cowboys. Usually I wouldn't pick against the Cowboys at home, but they took a hit, man. in this last game against the Vikings at home. There were a lot of points scored in this game, kind of like the over here. It's probably a high number, but I would still like over. I'll take Chargers, though, +2 on the road. It's a game they need. They're technically not out of the division race. Could get that. So, Chargers, +2.
All right. Heart pick. Give me the Bears. It's a pick 'em against the Packers. Bears are at home on Saturday night. I'm going with it.
So, Bears plus, or you're taking the Bears. It's just a pick 'em, right?
It's a pick 'em.
Yeah. All right. Producers.
Turns out I'm a moron. That was on my list. We'll go Monday night. The Colts thing was fun last week. I loved it. But give me the 49ers. It's a team that's rolling right now, and the Colts have really been floundering. I think San Francisco goes into Indianapolis, takes care of business, and wins by a touchdown or more.
All right. Picks of the week.
Reasonable pick.
The pick, yeah, it is a very good one, I think. Oh, I'm going to take the Patriots.
I kind of like the other side.
It didn't work for me last time. They were underdogs at home against the Bills.
You should do it.
At the Ravens. Well, yeah, I should do it because you're going to take the other side. But, yeah, I'll take Patriots.
I just wish I could trust Lamar Jackson. Yeah. And I really still don't feel like I can.
Yeah.
That'll be a really good game, though. I kind of want to take the Ravens because I do. I want them to make the playoffs over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has the Lions this week. Trying to figure this out.
You're trying to figure out playoff scenarios as we're doing picks of the week? What are we doing?
Kind of, yeah, because I can figure out what my rooting interests will be. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'll go Ravens -3. I don't love the number. I love it more at 2.5, but I'll go Ravens -3 at home. They need it. Got to have it.
Producers.
What did Brendan take?
He took the Ravens -3.
Perfect. I'm going to go back to the college. Well, tomorrow night, Alabama hasn't played good football since they take care of business against Tennessee at home all the way back in October. I think Oklahoma, it's going to be a cold and windy night in Norman. Oklahoma, I know that offense is atrocious, but they know themselves. Give me the Sooners to win by 2 or more.
So producers have Oklahoma -1.5. I really hope they're wrong. I just don't want to make a pick the other way because I also don't trust Alabama.
Yeah, I kind of think Alabama probably loses.
This is a first-round playoff game. I hate it. Why?
It's gross.
Hate it. I'm going to take – I'll go back to the playoff, though. Give me Miami.
What's the number there?
+3.5. +3.5 for Miami.
You think they win?
I kind of think they do. Yeah. I think they go into College Station and get it done, actually.
I don't think so. I
think
if I were going to take a side, I think I would take A&M. I don't really want to fade you, though, because I've already concocted some fun things I could do with the NFL for my next pick.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think A&M probably wins that game.
It is hard to see them losing at home in that contest. They're going to be obviously very charged up. First ever home playoff game they've had.
Right.
But Miami will come in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, I think, when everyone said maybe they should or didn't like the way that they were put into the playoff. Maybe people were saying that they deserved to be in because they beat Notre Dame. But the process of them getting in, I think, was horrid, and that's why they probably shouldn't have been. So they're going to take all of that, bottle it up, and just beat up on whoever they have next. So I actually like Miami here. And I think value at maybe losing by a field goal +3.5.
Okay, I am going to lean into it this time. Brady Cook. The Jets are +5.5 against the Saints.
Saints, man.
The Saints are terrible.
They are.
I'm going to go with the Mizzou made Brady Cook +5.5. It is on the road.
You didn't like Adonai Mitchell, though, and play Fate Eliminate, though.
No, I don't think it's going to be a great game, but like 16-13, I'll still cover.
All right.
So let's just see the defenses get me this cover. +5.5 is a good line.
All right. Producers.
Yeah, Steelers have played 2 pretty good games in a row, and I don't think they make it 3. Lions playing in a must-win game at home. I think they jump on the Steelers early, and I don't think they let up. Been heavy on the underdogs. Going to keep the same theme here and have the Lions to cover -7 at home.
Probably right.
I think it's right, but I'm considering taking the Steelers just because of how big the number is and because I want the Ravens to win. So, like, I have such a big lead in picks of the week. I could fade myself and just create these scenarios. I'm kind of getting reckless.
Damn. Okay. I have one pick left, and I have no idea what to do with it.
You pick the Chiefs?
No. I mean, they'll probably win the game, but I don't want to.
Who you
say
got,
that
by the way?
I think I have the Chiefs. Like,
we didn't even bother.
Give Gardner Minshew a week to prepare, and he'll win you a football game. I mean,
I'll take the Titans outright.
Sure, fine. I'm not going to fight you hard on it. Yeah, Billy's obviously going to take the Titans with his last pick because he's last, and he knows that none of us are going to take it unless Brendan does. Brendan
I'm not
might.
doing it.
Okay,
No.
all right. I guess I'll take the Bills. -10.5.
You did not sound confident when you said that. You like
10.5 is a big number, but the Bills need it. Like that Bills, they play really well this time of year, and they'll cover by 11 points, I think.
I mean, the Browns
They're terrible.
They're not good.
No matter where that game's played, I think the Bills will be fine. Give me Bills -10.5.
I got to make sure I'm not glossing over anything that'll be sad to have missed. I don't really have a take on Ole Miss Tulane. No, I think I'll go ahead and just go Steelers plus the 7. I'll be rooting for the Lions. I'll probably even bet on the Lions, to be honest with you. But for the purposes of these picks, it's my little parlay with the Ravens. So give me the Steelers plus the 7.
All right, last pick, producers.
Did anyone touch this Tulane Ole Miss game yet?
No one. Both sides are open.
Perfect. I think we've got a big contrast. I think we've got one team who's going to play really angry, one team who's PO'd, and I'm sure they're getting some offers, but I think they want to prove a thing or two. And on the other side, Tulane, I think everyone's kind of looking for their exit ramps right now. Charged playoff atmosphere at home. I think Ole Miss rolls Tulane again. I think they cover 17.5.
See, that's maybe
such a big number.
It's maybe the side I would have taken if I had to take a side on it, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'd like to see Tulane make that game competitive, but
me too.
Yeah,
for what it's worth.
Billy made a compelling argument there. The optics, or not the optics, but the mindset of both teams going into the game.
And when you're the better team, I think you can have a little bit of that rah-rah like they'll have behind Pete Golding work for you.
Yeah.
In a subsequent matchup when they're not the better team, I think they fall flat eventually, but they roll in the first one. I think that's probably fair.
All right, those are our picks of the week. Billy, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too. It's
Merry
a big
Christmas,
show on
Billy.
KTGR and the KTGR app. Absolutely. Go Titans, I suppose. We have John Price of Sports Information Traders, who has an offer for you on college football that you don't want to miss. That's next.
Now, your local sports center update on your total sports station, KTGR.
Good afternoon. I'm Andy Humphrey. This Sports Center update is with Lee's Tire Company. If it's round and rubber, Lee's sells it. Go to leestirecompany.com. Beau Pribula is entering the transfer portal. That was the report from PowerMizzou.com this morning. Transfer portal officially opens on January 2nd. Pribula expected to spend just one season at Mizzou after transferring in from Penn State. Had over 1,900 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in his junior season. And so he'll look for a new place to go. Meanwhile, Mizzou at the moment has just 2 scholarship quarterbacks on their roster, Matt Zowers and Gavin Sidwar, who signed in the class of 2026 earlier this month. Mizzou running back Ahmad Hardy was named a second-team All-American by the Football Writers Association today. That means he will fall just short of unanimous first-team All-American status, but is still a consensus All-American after being named to the first team in the other 4 publications that the NCAA recognizes. And the Blues got a 1-0 shutout win against the Jets last night. Justin Falk with a lone goal in the second period. Blues take on the New York Rangers tonight at 7 o'clock at Enterprise Center. Now your ABC 17 Storm Track forecast.
I'm ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Hafner. I'm tracking slowly clearing skies tonight. We'll see strong winds through about midnight, and then temperatures fall off to about 20 degrees. It feels like the low teens in the morning, so it's a chilly start to our Friday, but we'll see more sunshine tomorrow with mostly sunny skies throughout the day and highs topping out near 40 degrees. We're in the 50s again by Saturday.
I'm ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Hafner, and that's your ABC 17 Storm Track forecast on your total sports station, KTGR.
You don't just sell, you connect. You listen, learn, and deliver. You build relationships that turn clients into partners. At Fuse 32, our people don't push products. They craft solutions. They anticipate problems before they even happen, and they fix them before anyone notices. If results and relationships, not excuses, drive you, then it's about time to join the team that never settles. Fuse 32. There's nothing we can't do. Apply now at fuse32.com.
KTGR and MU Healthcare Sports Medicine are highlighting a local athlete each week. It's the KTGR Athlete Spotlight.
This week features Hickman freshman wrestler Dominic Marchak, who won the 113-pound title at the Liberty Varsity Boys Wrestling Tournament. Dominic defeated a two-time state champion in the finals to remain unbeaten this season.
That's the KTGR Athlete Spotlight, thanks to MU Healthcare Sports Medicine, providing everything athletes need to be and stay at their best, because they're competitors too.
I'm Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway. We've received reports of a devastating new telephone scam involving the use of Bitcoin ATMs to prey on Missourians. Scammers might claim you are in legal trouble and must pay using crypto ATMs immediately or face charges. Hang up the phone. If you've been the victim of a fraud, call 800-392-8222 or visit ago.mo.gov.
Sponsored by the Missouri Attorney General's Office.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
They can't shoot it straight on the golf course, but they can shoot straight on the biggest sports stories in mid-Missouri. Back to Andy and Brendan on The Big Show on KTGR.
We're back here on The Big Show, KTGR and the KTGR app, and it's time to bring on our friend John Price from Sports Information Traders. And last week, he came on our show, told us to take the under at 41.5 points in the Chiefs-Chargers game. That was a winner. He also told us to take under 21 points in the first half of Seahawks-Colts. That was also a winner. And finally, 2 nights ago, he gave out his first college bowl play, which was Jacksonville State -1.5 over Troy in the Salute to Veterans Bowl. And yeah, that was a winner too. As you can find out, there's no one hotter right now than John Price and his company, Sports Information Traders. And they're launching this week their always popular College Bowl program. So, John, tell us more about that.
This is an exciting time, and especially if you're new to sports wagering with the legalization of sports wagering in Missouri. I know a lot of people listening to me right now are new to the idea of wagering, but guess what? It is legal, and it's your opportunity. And when you march through football season, there's a rhythm and a flow to the play distribution. There's only so many games going on, so many things you can bet on in a given week. But when the college bowl season comes, now you're talking about a high concentration of games in a shorter period of time. And historically, as we've been a company for many, many years, this is the most popular time of the year because it's the biggest, most money-making time of the year. If you go to our website, sportsinformationtraders.com, you will see our College Bowl program. You can purchase it right now, but before you start thinking about the price you see, I've got something extra for you. When you go to our site, you're going to see that our College Bowl program is $299 from now through the national championship. That price is for non-radio listeners. We have a lot of people who go to our website weekly, daily, monthly, and they make purchases for themselves. $299 is the web price. But because you're a listener of mine in Columbia, I'm giving you an opportunity to drop that price from $299 down to $99. Here's what you do. You go to our website, sportsinformationtraders.com, click on the box to purchase the College Bowl program. At the bottom, you'll see a box for a promo code. In the box, type the word CASH, CASH. When you do that, your price drops all the way down to $99, and you are going to be working alongside me from now through the national championship for only $99. Again, go to sportsinformationtraders.com. You can also give us a call at 866-356-1232. This is important to know because if you're driving around later today, you say, I remember hearing that guy, I don't remember the password. Very simple. When you call us and mention you're a listener in Columbia, we're going to give you that passcode, and you're going to get on board with us for $99. So go to sportsinformationtraders.com.
John Price with Sports Information Traders here on The Big Show. Again, their College Bowl program is available now at sportsinformationtraders.com. You'll see that it's priced at $299, but if you enter the word CASH in the promo code box, you'll knock that price down to $99. So you'll be with them for Sports Information Traders throughout the national championship game. Again, it's at sportsinformationtraders.com or call them at 866-356-1232. Okay, John. So in college football this weekend, college football playoff, and in one of the matchups, James Madison and Oregon. What play do you like here?
I know we have some great basketball fans in Columbia, so doesn't this certainly look like a Cinderella basketball matchup when you see James Madison? But it's actually, yes, college football playoffs, round one. Oregon right now, minus 21.5 over James Madison is the line. That's actually where Vegas opened the line at minus 21.5. So when a line opens and 5 days later it's the same number, that means equal public money is coming in on both sides. Let's look at Oregon. They're a 5 seed, 11-1, led by quarterback Dante Moore. He's got 25 combined touchdowns this year, and that offense is ranked number 14 in rushing in the country. They play fast, they up the tempo, and that's what they want to do. James Madison's the 12 seed. You probably have not watched them play yet. Well, I would tell you to check this game out. They're led by quarterback Alonzo Barnett III. He has a combined 35 touchdowns this year, and he leads an offense with the number 5 ranked running game in the country. The Gamecocks will try to extend drives and push that clock, quicken the game. Prediction. Now, I've never been someone who's found great value in double-digit point spreads, much less one with 21.5 points. This is why this is not a private play. But James Madison is 8-5 this year against the spread. And I think having watched a few of their games, even if the Ducks play at their highest level, I think the Gamecocks have enough to keep it within 21.5. So here I'm taking James Madison plus 21.5 over Oregon. Now, that's a play for you to watch. You can put a little something on it, but the plays that make us the gold standard in this industry appear in our College Bowl program. You can get it right now at our website, sportsinformationtraders.com. You'll see it priced at $299. Click on the buy box. When you go to the bottom of the page, you're going to see a code box right there. Put the word CASH in there, in the promo code box. Your price is going to drop to only $99. So you're going to be with us from now through the national championship for under $100. So again, if you're brand new to wagering in Missouri, you're trying to feel, how can I do a small investment and really see how this works? How much better can it be than for you to get my plays from now through the national championship for under $100? Go to sportsinformationtraders.com. Remember, the promo code is CASH, C-A-S-H. You can also call us at 866-356-1232. If you're driving around in Columbia, even tomorrow, and you say, gosh, I remember hearing that guy, I don't remember the password, give us a call, mention that you're a listener in Columbia. We'll give you the password, and you're on board for $99. Go to sportsinformationtraders.com.
It's John Price with Sports Information Traders here on The Big Show, KTGR and the KTGR app. Again, their College Bowl program, if you go to their website and go to purchase it, you'll see $299 is the price. But all you have to do is enter the word cash in the promo code box. It'll drop the price down to $99. Again, promo code cash. Go to sportsinformationtraders.com or you can call 866-356-1232. All right, John, in the NFL, Chiefs are playing the Titans this weekend, but, Chiefs are out of the playoffs and the Titans are a lowly team. I don't know how much we'll be paying attention to it, especially with Patrick Mahomes hurt. So let's look at a game that will affect the playoff race. Jaguars and the Broncos playing in Denver. Who do you like here?
Well, this is a great game, and if you had rewound the clock 3 months and told me that these two would be playing meaningful football while Kansas City and Baltimore were struggling a little bit, I would have possibly made that bet. But it's been pleasantly surprising to watch both of these teams. The Broncos right now are -3 over the Jaguars. That's where the line opened last week, so that's why we see equal public money on both sides. Broncos are 12-2. They've won 11 in a row. Bo Nix has thrown for over 3,200 yards this year with 27 combined touchdowns. A big key for Denver will be taking care of the football, and you'll find out why in about 13 seconds. Jaguars are 10-4. They've won 5 in a row. Trevor Lawrence has thrown for over 3,200 yards himself. He's got 30 combined touchdowns, and here it comes. Jacksonville is tied for third in the NFL in turnover ratio with an incredible +10. They're +6 in the last few weeks. That's been the secret sauce. I know a lot of people in Missouri and Kansas are thinking, gosh, why did the Jaguars get here? That's it. They cause turnovers. They change games with the way that they're playing, and that's what they need to do this week, playing Denver in Denver. Prediction time. I do not see value in the point spread. I think it's right on point. So I'm looking at the total, which is 46 points. The over is 3-1 in Jacksonville's last 4 games. The over is 3-0 in Denver's last 3 games. And I like both offenses right now as well. So I'm taking the over 46 points in the Jaguars-Broncos football game. Yeah, we love the NFL, but right now our primary focus is on college football. And there's nothing greater than this wave that we ride right through Thanksgiving, through Christmas, through New Year's. It's the most important college football games of the year, culminating with the national championship in January. Get on board with us right now. Go to sportsinformationtraders.com, buy our College Bowl program. It's only going to cost you $99. When you go to our website, you'll see $299 is the number. But when you click on it and you enter promo code CASH, CASH, that's going to drop the price down to $99, and we're going to take you with us from now through the national championship for only $99. And one thing I definitely want to say is just to clear up any type of confusion, because there are a lot of new wagers that were listening to me right now. We do not place bets. We have nothing to do with the actual placement of wagers. What we do is we provide you the plays that have the value behind them so that you can place your wagers. If you want to work with an analyst, then we provide you the plays and the advice on what to play on those games based on your bankroll. But we do not place bets. We have nothing to do with the facilitation of it. We're simply information and play providers. So go to sportsinformationtraders.com, $99 for the College Bowl program. It starts right away. It ends the national championship. You can also call us at 866-356-1232. If you remember this, but you can't remember the code word, just give us a call. We'll give it to you, and you're on board with us. $99. Go to sportsinformationtraders.com.
So that's John Price of Sports Information Traders. Again, the College Bowl program. If you go to sportsinformationtraders.com and you find their College Bowl program, you'll see the price at $299, but you can knock $200 off of that price by entering the promo code CASH. Again, that's promo code CASH, and you'll pay $99 for their College Bowl program through the national championship game. Sportsinformationtraders.com or call 866-356-1232. John, thanks so much for coming on board on the Big Show once again, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. We'll talk to you in January.
You as well. It's the Big Show on KTGR and the KTGR app. Does it for our show today and for the week. We'll be off tomorrow, but we encourage you tomorrow to tune in to the college football playoff. We will have the entire first round of games for you this weekend from ESPN Radio. So you can tune in tomorrow night for Alabama, Oklahoma, and then the remaining 3 games on Saturday will be playing all day. So be sure to tune in all this weekend for some college football playoff action right here on KTGR. And we'll see you here on the Big Show once again at 4 o'clock on Monday. He's Brendan. She's producer Natalie. I'm Andy. We're done for now.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, all the creatures were stirring. A mouse ran down Mom's blouse. The termites sat waiting in their dark little lair, hoping Steve's pest control would never be